It is all over at Paradise with a 1-1 draw in the Champions League, but was it more like purgatory? Was this a result that will feel like heaven, or a result that will feel like hell? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We'll have to wait and see come the end of match day 8, but as of right now, is it a good point for Celtic, or is it a bad point for Celtic? Is it a point gained on their attempt to get to that number 10 mark, or is it 2 points dropped? We won't know the answers to that for another month, but we will know the answers to how the Celtic fans are feeling after this draw, because we've got all the reaction right here on Elon Musk's wonderful site called X.
Absolutely, it is a great wee site called X, and yeah, I'd like to retract everything I said earlier. Celtic were absolute mince. Club Brugge deserved to win about 20-0. Celtic didn't deserve hee-haw. Carter Vickers, worst defender in Scotland. You heard it here first. Ben Davies sent on loan to Birmingham City. Well clear of Cameron Carter Vickers. See Henrik Larsson? Even John Daly's better than him, folks. Alright? Yeah, in all seriousness, let's reel that in with a fishing rod. You know, big John Daly, that might have been a push. But in all seriousness, right? See, when we actually make a vid and we're talking about Celtic, right? And people are calling us biased this, biased that. We were actually defending Celtic against the likes of Neil Lennon and Joe Hart on commentary, who were saying they were poor tonight.
Yeah, all you got in the cut. Bit of Huns.
So, if you want to hit that, yeah, here, maybe some people read the title and went, they're saying Captain America cost him 3 points. Well, when you actually look at the face of it, he did kind of cost him 3 points, because if you take away his own goal, they win 1-0. Now, if someone wants to turn around and say, well, technically it only cost him 2 points, you could maybe argue that, but the reality is that he cost him 3 points, i.e. the win. Yes.
Aye, he did.
And a win equals 3 points last time I checked. But anyway, Celtic are going to win the Champions League, the quad, and they're going to win the quad every year until the end of time. That's what everyone wants to hear. So that's what I'll give you.
Well, I don't think they're going to win any quads anytime soon, but yeah, they are dominating domestically, but it is mental. Match Review gave Celtic credit, said that, Club Brugge are a good team, especially in the Champions League. They've got a really good record this season. Drawing to Club Brugge is no disaster. It's not a shameful result. Yet, for some reason, we were accused of bashing Celtic, being negative, being bitter. Don't even recall anything bitter or negative being said, but whatever. I may have alluded to the fact I was pissed that they cost me my bet, but bitter, no, not at all. Whatever, let's just move on to the comments here.
Great game of football, man.
Great game of football. So, Matthew Shevlin says, McCowan for Hatate was the final sub to make not Yang for Kuhn. Possibly, but look how long was left. I don't think it really mattered. See, for me, I think Kuhn in a few minutes will be a better impact sub than McCowan. Do you think McCowan's a guy that you bring on with time to go? See, if you're going to make a sub with 5 minutes to go, I think you're better off bringing on a Yang, because I think a winger, they can impact the game more with their pace.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought Hatate was poor, so to be honest, I think subbing him off might have done something, but you're right. I think in a game like this, Champions League, tired legs, bringing on a substitution with pace is the way to go. You see, I think James Forrest's pace has left him a long time ago, to be honest, so maybe not bringing him on, but I think a winger's the correct option. That's what you want. Tired legs, you want pace, directness down the flanks. That's what I would want.
Yeah, look, if we're talking a change with half an hour to go or at half time, then absolutely. I think McCowan's a better player than Yang. I don't think anyone would deny that, but for me, McCowan's the kind of guy that's actually going to control the game. You can't control a game with a few minutes to go.
I seen someone, was it Super Scoreboard, they said they would swap, a direct swap between Lennon Miller and Rio Hatate. What do you make of that?
I wouldn't
Why I wouldn't is because you'd be losing money. Lennon Miller's worth about, 5-6 million? Tate's, we're talking Tate going for 25.
Aye, but how much money is Lennon? But how much money is Lennon worth at Celtic?
Well, that is true.
He's worth 5 or 6 at Motherwell. How much is he worth at Celtic after a few seasons?
5 times that.
Maybe more than Hatate. Look, I think Hatate's a great player. He wasn't great tonight, but who was great in a Celtic shirt?
Yeah,
great goal for Dyson Maeda, but overall, who had a great performance?
Yeah,
nobody really.
Yeah, honestly.
No, it was an average performance. It wasn't horrible, but it was an average performance. There wasn't I don't think there was one Celtic player that left the pitch tonight and you could turn around and say he had a great game.
Yeah, I thought it was probably the perfect example of a game where both teams kind of cancelled each other out. I think.
Sounds a bit better.
It does. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Club Brugge, they were mince, and Celtic should have won 5-1.
Anyway, Richie Booth said Hatate shouldn't have played after 45. Costs us that game. Worst performance on the pitch. Do you agree with that? Was Hatate the worst performer on the pitch?
Overall, yes. I mean, I would probably put Carter Vickers below him just due to the goal, but I did have it in my notes that Hatate was awful and he should have been subbed off. So, yeah. A bit of behind the scenes footage there.
Yeah, the Free Rogic International says, not the best performance, but I'm happy with the point. We're still in a good position. We go again. 4-leaf clover. Emoji.
Well, that is it.
I mean, that's the way you go. You can't have a great... Listen, you're not going to see a RB Leipzig result in performance. You can't replicate that every Champions League game. If you could, then you'd be potential winners.
And as we,
as
we touched on in the review, right, Leipzig have lost 5 games in a row. Club Brugge sit on 7 points. Club Brugge are better in the Champions League this season than RB Leipzig.
That sounds better.
No, it's reality. And if reality sounds better, then I think you need a reality check.
Yeah, but also reality is that result and performance against RB Leipzig for a team like Celtic, that isn't going to happen every other game. That could be a result that you wait every couple of years.
And also, I get it, right? Real Madrid are below like teams like Brest, for example. I'm not going to come on here and say if Celtic beat Real Madrid and they beat Brest, the Real Madrid one's less important because Brest are above Real Madrid. Because there's obviously a way bigger gap there in terms of quality. See, between Club Brugge and Leipzig, I don't think the gap is all that big. I don't, honestly. Yeah, Leipzig are our top team in Germany. But do you think the gap's that big? Oh,
I think it is big on paper. Like I would say so.
Yeah,
but on form wise in the Champions League, RB Leipzig have lost 5 out of 5. So
and that's what you've got to base it on.
Form.
Yeah, form. Because obviously, like Real Madrid, they've had a tough. I mean, Leipzig have had a tough run of form, to be honest, in the Champions League. But you've got to look at it. Like, I mean, yeah, Celtic Football Club and the fans, right? We want to conquer Europe, all that talk. They want to win their home games in the Champions League, right? And tonight would have made it 4 in a row. The Feyenoord game, the Bratislava game, and the Leipzig game. Of course, you want to win them, right? That's what Rodgers has aimed to do. Raise the standards in Europe, and he's done that. But a draw against Club Brugge at home in this situation I think it is a good result. Because see, unless it was like a 2-legged affair, and then you were going over to Belgium like away, it might have been tough. But yeah, it's put them on to 8 points, and there was question marks whether or not 10 would have been enough.
I'm not convinced 10 is enough.
So you think you need 11?
I'm willing to bet any amount of money there will be at least one team that gets 10 points and doesn't qualify, doesn't finish in the top 24. See with this being
that's what the 7-1 could affect.
See with this being a huge group and a huge league with 36 teams, you're going to get a shitload of teams finishing on the same amount of points. Now, they're all saying 10 points will be enough. Yeah, but what if we have like 4 or 5 teams on 10 points? Is 10 points going to be enough to get all 4 or 5 of them through? It's not like it's an automatic thing where as soon as you get 10, you're safe. But if you're on 9, you're screwed.
Yeah. I mean, and we looked at quite a lot of the fixtures earlier. Like a few of the teams, like PSG, have got a hard run in. I mean, Madrid are below them, so you'd expect Madrid to go up. Zagreb, as we said earlier, they're taking on AC Milan, Arsenal, and Celtic, and they're taking on Celtic at home. That's the game that they'll be looking for, to win. You won't really know, but when you look at the actual table, Celtic sit 4 points above the team in 25th, so that's crucial, isn't it? Though. Yeah, that's 2 results needed. There is 4 teams, 25th to 28th, on 4 points. So you would need. I think if Celtic. Looking at this table, I think 9 points could take you through. But we won't know until the final match day.
It's like the Euros. 2 points can get you through. 4 points can send you home.
Yeah.
It's impossible. 10 points should be enough, but there will be scenarios whether it's this season or this next season, you will see teams on 10 points that don't go through.
We're talking about Leipzig, right? Leipzig sit on 0 points. They've lost 5 games in a row.
They can only get to 9.
They could very easily win the last 3 games and scrape 24th place. You just don't know with the format. And it's alright, well, we've always said, like, you need to see a year of it and then base it off that, but each year's going to be different. One year, a team could scrape through with 7, for example, if somehow the rest of the bottom are just that bad.
Yep.
But then one year it might take 12 or 13 to go through.
Could do. Anyway, A1 says, good point, after a poor performance, had our chances to win it. Winner next to him, we're all good. So, I mean, A1 they're admitting that it wasn't a good performance. Ian Fraser says, decent second half performance. Callum says, never play Hatate or Taylor again. Never.
I don't think Taylor was that bad.
It's a bit harsh. Never play Hatate again. Again.
Yeah. Well, they've got the depth in the midfield, like, for him to be at least dropped.
The hubris-filled moron says, should be sitting at 13 instead of 20. I think they were shameful. Midfield was a mess. We ended up dominating possession towards the end of the game, but too little too late. Engels and Kuhn, persona not grata. I'm pretty sure it means not great or whatever. Archie Football says, it looks like Nick will never get Player of the Year. I love me some AJ because I'm living in Canada, but Dyson Maeda is the main man for me. Fuck Beale says, leave it to Rangers and Hearts to pick up wins for the coefficient this week. Rodgers should be ashamed of himself, outcoached and dominated by a team of Belgian farmers.
Sounds about right. Sounds like my burner account on there. But yeah.
Well, I think that's where we're going to end it there. On
the truth.
The truth.
Yeah,
because the truth hurts, you know.
The truth does hurt.
Belgian
and if anyone
farmers.
wants to question it, I'll delete all your comments.
Yeah, but we'll see how Hearts do against the other Belgian farmers.
Yes. Well, no, they're not farmers. They're more like, agriculture.
Oh, aye, because they're better team.
And then Rangers are taking on the mighty French astronauts of Nice. The real competition. We all know Tuesday, Wednesdays for the Diddy clubs.
Aye, Thursday nights. Europa nights.
See Thursday night when you get Petro Club taking on Olympia and, Larne
all
taking
the
on
good stuff.
Garden. That's the real McCoy.
All the giants in world football.
No one see this Champions League, man. It's actually perfect. I don't know why I dedicated tonight watching Champions League and last night. I had 2 games on at once on Tuesday. What was that?
What do you think,
I've got to question my life, man. It's all about Thursdays.
There's
no enough screens in the house to facilitate Thursday night football.
No, anyway, guys, Thursday night football. Back tomorrow. Back tonight, even. Back tonight.
No, and I can't wait for when the Premiership returns at the weekend and Celtic get beat by Ross County.
That's plenty. Come
Ross
on.
County's away form's absolutely fantastic.
Alrighty there, mate.
I think Hearts will beat Aberdeen.
Well, yeah, that actually might happen.
I mean,
let's count in that. That's a possibility.
Rangers might score 5 away from home.
No.
That's plenty.
But I expect Aberdeen to fall apart. But here, it's a different video to talk about that. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.